The training is being recorded. So this is the time for whoever does not want to be recorded, take a leave. It's just part of the house cleaning. So if you do not want to be recorded, this is the time to leave the meeting. Okay? But if you are okay with being recorded, then we move on. Good evening once again. You are warmly welcome. My screen is being shared with you, and the meeting is all about the training we've been anticipating. You may not be able to see the screen properly. If that is the case, just let me know in the chat box. But if you can, then we are good to go. So, COPSOL Group CSR training in professional cleaning. It is intended for it to empower the youths of Lagos State, and we are in the cohort 2. All right. This is the second cohort. We've had the first one, and so we are in the second one right now. Yeah. The first logo you see there is the logo of COPSOL Group. And it's just for you to know, as a matter of introduction, what we are into, who COPSOL is. And we said there that patronizing any of these small business units is actually increasing the GDP of Nigeria. And that makes you to be patriotic. Okay? COPSOL Group is into fashion under the daily fashions, and we also make uniforms. Under COPSOL Concepts, we are into branding. Under Ains and Dave, we are into TIVET and capacity development. Angels Cove is a television schemed TV program for business entrepreneurship development. And of course, Precise Cleaning Services is into cleaning services, as the name indicates. COPSOL Farms and COPSOL Logistics, just as also the names indicate. Okay? And then we are in collaboration with the Ministry of Social Development, Ministry of Youth and Social Development of Lagos State. And it is the intention of Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development that they provide an enabling and empowering environment for youth development in the state. And they are collaborating with us on this so that we can equip people to start their businesses in the professional cleaning business, or if you are already in business, to upskill you to upscale your businesses. Like I said, this is the second cohort. This training presentation slides as the intellectual property of COPSOL Group and is not to be copied by anyone or duplicated or used either in part or as a whole without the express permission of the group's management, headed by Ola Oshebikon, okay, the woman talking to you right now. For today's training topics, we'll just go over the cleaning basics we've had on the WhatsApp group, like the definition of cleaning, what cleaning is really about, what do we clean, why we clean, when we clean, and who actually does the cleaning. And then we quickly move to importance of continuous training on the job. Why must we train? Why are we doing what we are doing right now? And why would you have to keep doing it, even, in your own space? Because when you start your business, or if you are in business, it is just okay for you to train your people so that they can know what to do per time. We are going to look at why you need to do that tonight. And then we'll go to checklist. What is a checklist? Okay? What is a checklist? We'll try as much as possible to use kitchen detailing as an example of what a checklist should be or what a checklist really is. Then, if you are not too tired and prepared, we go to number 4, which is the introduction to cleaning tools and machines, and then cleaning chemicals and how to handle them. Now, let's quickly go over the cleaning basics. If you still remember what cleaning is, you can raise up your hand and let's call you to tell us what is cleaning. Define cleaning. What is cleaning? Exactly what is cleaning? Who wants to tell us what cleaning is? You can raise your hand up virtually so that we can see you and we'll be able to call you up. Chibuzo, thank you. What is cleaning? You are muted. You need to unmute yourself. Chibuzo, unmute yourself so that we can hear you.
All right. Good evening, house. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody in the house. All right. Cleaning is an act of removing every dirt. It's an act of removing every dirt from an environment or from a component from the house or from the environment where you want to clean. So that's my little idea. Cleaning or removing every dirt from an environment or from something. Or also, it can also be said, removing a harmful substances from an environment.
Okay, let's get someone else to tell us. Thank you very much. You can mute yourself back. Hannah Musumola, your hand is up. Let's hear you out.
Good evening, everyone.
Hannah.
From my definition, yes. Yes, I believe cleaning is removing anything unwanted, either dirt or unuseful substance or properties from any and everything. It could be germs, it could be liquid, it could be anything. So you're taking off whatever is not wanted from any and everything.
I see. Who was in class the time we were teaching this? Who listened to the voice message? If you listen to the voice message and you want to answer the question, please raise your hand. If you did not listen to our voice messages, please don't bother so that we can move on fast enough. Abba said they allow you. You want to answer the question?
Yes, ma.
Please go ahead.
Good evening,
ma'am.
We appreciate the content for the country as a whole, and you shall be blessed greatly in the Lord's name. From what we learned, like cleaning means an act of removing dirt from everything. Basically, cleaning is removing dirt or something undesirable from everything, every death, in any form they are, at any place. So that is the act of cleaning, removing everything that is unwanted, that is undesirable, whether chemical or otherwise.
Yeah. God bless
Thank
you.
you, ma.
That's what I want to hear,
you, ma.
because we've told you that we should define cleaning in the context of what we clean. So we said we would define cleaning as the act of removing unwanted particles or dirt or anything that is undesirable from everything. So that everything has to be there, because the whole essence of this training is for you to know exactly what you are supposed to clean and what you are to do per time, so that it won't be that you get to a site or you are given a job to do and then you don't know what to do. The training is for us to know what to do, and the moment we cannot even define what we are doing, it will be very difficult for us to do it. So cleaning is the act of removing, or your action when you remove every undesirable thing from somewhere, from something. You remove everything that is not desirable. That's just the whole idea about cleaning. Everything has to be there. So we also went through why we clean. I hope we have not forgotten that as well. Can we unmute and let me know that we have not forgotten why we clean?
No, ma, we have not forgotten. I have not forgotten.
I have not forgotten, ma.
Who has forgotten? Now let's flip it. If you have forgotten, please raise up your hand so that we can remind you. Because these are the basic things and we need to get them clear before we can know exactly what we are doing, okay? If you have forgotten, why are we even saying we want to remind? Go back to the platform and play back the voice messages on why we clean, okay? Fentola, you know what? She has not forgotten. If you have forgotten, put it in the chat box that you have forgotten, so that we'll know the kind of prayer to make for you. Who has forgotten? Anybody that has forgotten should not shy away from telling us. It's just that we'll do a little bit of prayers and then we'll send you to where you are supposed to find out exactly why we clean. Let me quickly let you know some of the reasons why we clean, though, so you can refresh your memory. We told you in the class that we clean so that we can give prestige. Anna said she has forgotten, but she will go over the voice messages. Bless you. But don't be forgetting like that. It's not good to be forgetting things like that. You have not even spent how many days? You've already forgotten what you were taught. So when you get to site, anyway, let's quickly browse over this. We clean to give prestige to establishments and add value to the properties. For me, that's even the very first one. And the next one to it is to minimize the risk of having diseases and contamination, which is related to our health. Okay, to give prestige to establishment and to add value to properties. Remember, we said this is one of the things you can actually say, or you can decide to tell them, and then you let them know that you are going to add value to their property, and saying that would actually make them to give you the job. So you clean so that you can give prestige to the establishment and also add value to properties. Okay. You also clean to minimize the risk of contamination and enhance healthy living. We also clean so that we can minimize the risk of accidents and injuries. Because when everything is mumbled together, then even for you to see roads to pass is a problem. So to minimize the risk of accidents and injuries, we clean. We also clean to save time. Even if it's just because you want to navigate through the property and the whole place is jam-packed with rubbish, it becomes very difficult for you to pass through. You spend more time, in passing through those kind of, unlike if a place is very free and is dirt-free, is clear and clean, you're able to navigate through. It saves a lot of time. When you are doing things, when you are working in a place that is clean, it's easier for you to do than when you are working in a very dirty environment. And we also clean to save money, much against what some people may think that, when they are cleaning, they are spending a lot of money. No, you're actually saving money when you are cleaning, because a lot of things are put into perception and you spend less than you would have spent in case the place is not clean, So you clean, and so many other reasons that we mentioned in the voice messages and during the discussion in class. So you can refer to all of those as well. And those are the reasons why we clean. We were now looking at when do we clean? When do we clean? But before we even think of when we clean, let's quickly refer to what we clean again. By now, everybody should know what we clean. So please type in the chat box for me, what do we clean? What do we clean? Answer to that in the chat box. I want to see everybody typing in the chat box right now. What exactly do we clean? What do we clean? Abiola, were you in class? Thank you. Abo said, what do we clean? Okay. What do we clean? I'm waiting for more because everybody needs to get this clear. We've already given the answer though. We've already given the answer initially, but some people are still getting it wrong. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We clean everything. Please put that in your mind. We clean everything. Because once you know what you clean, the job becomes very easy for you to do. One word is what I want to hear. Just that one word encapsulates everything. And that one word is everything. Okay? We clean everything. Once you know that we clean everything, then you'll be able to get around whatever it is that you are given to do. All right, so the right answer for that is that we clean everything, We clean everything. So when you have it at the back, nobody's going to be asking you about what do we clean, why do we clean? It's just for your own consumption. Because the moment you know that we clean everything, then you will be able to tackle your job properly. And the whole essence of anybody giving you a job to do is so that you can do it well. Once you know that you clean everything, you go there and clean everything, and all will be well. So when we are talking about everything, we are talking about the fixtures, the fittings, the chairs, the tables, fans, vents, blinds, switches, everything. Everything is everything, really. Your glass, your windows, internal and external, the grooves, the frames, toilets, fittings in the toilet, tanks, connector, basin, taps with base, everything. Just get it clear. We clean everything. We clean everything. So that's about what we clean. We clean everything. I hope we get it clear now that we clean everything. We clean the floor, we clean the skirting, we clean surroundings, we clean external facade, we clean fittings, we clean even electricity wire. Everything is everything. Now, when we want to talk about when do we clean? When do we clean? When do we clean? I know some people will say when things are dirty. When do we clean? When? We didn't go through that the other time. So I will just quickly let you know when we clean. When you want to do preventive care, then you clean. When you are trying to do preventive care, you clean. Okay? You clean for preventive care. There's also what we call janitorial cleaning. Janitorial cleaning is about what you do every day. That is maintenance. You know, you go there every day. You have the number of hours you have to clean. You need to do it at certain periods of time. That is janitorial. It is every day. It is maintenance. It is done every day. Preventive care, janitorial is also a preventive care. Janitorial is a preventive care. Continuous cleanup and maintenance. Immediate removal of stains on floors. You know, when you have stains on the floor and you want to immediately remove this stain, it is also a preventive care. And these are the times you clean when you want to have preventive care on anything. Okay? Some people are just entering the Zoom room. When we call this meeting for 8 o'clock, I'll be 9 o'clock. This is almost 10. Some people are just entering. That's okay. Next time, we are going to shut the door against whoever is more than 30 minutes late, because they won't get much of what we are saying, and then it will be like they were not taught. Right. So we clean when we want to do preventive care. And preventive care means janitorial cleaning, when you are cleaning every day, and continuous cleanup and maintenance, and then when you are immediately removing stains. These are all preventive care. So when do we clean? We clean when we have to do preventive care. We also clean when we have to do corrective care. You know, when you have to do corrective care, that is something that has really gone wrong, and you need to correct what has gone wrong. That is called corrective care. And these are is also periodic, you know, like monthly, quarterly, yearly. You want to do a lot of corrective care. That is a lot of deep cleaning. The one you generally call deep cleaning is the corrective care, because certain things might have gone wrong. Maybe the toilet is already so darkened and you need to do something about it. Then you will have to do what we call corrective care. Okay? Then this involves scrubbing of floors. You shampoo the carpets, high-level cleaning. Then the external facade. Anything that is outside of the building is what we call external facade. Okay? So these are corrective care. It's not something you do janitorially. It's not something you do as maintenance. That's what that means. Then sometimes you need to do what we call salvage treatments. Salvage treatments. Salvage treatment is also periodic. Like when you want to restore the floor, like maybe some cleaners had gone there, some unprofessional people have gone there, and they have wounded the floor. I hope you know that your floors can be wounded, just like human beings can be wounded. The floor had been wounded. Everything, ants had already started eating into the floor, and I'm sure you must have seen this before. You see the pebbles coming out, the sand will be coming out from the floor that is supposed to be properly floored and tiled. But because maybe somebody has used ash chemical on this floor, has anybody seen something like that before? When you see ants burrowing through the floors of a building, has anybody seen anything like that before? That you now see sand, coming out. Let's hear you if you have seen something like that before. That kind of floor will require salvage treatment. It is time for salvage treatment when you start seeing such a thing. So when do we clean? When we have to do maintenance, that is when we have to do preventive care.
Actually, I'm in class now because my network, I don't understand again. I started. I'm in class. Oh, okay, cleaning is a skill. Okay, professional cleaning is a skill that requires a good knowledge in a wide range of skills, including. Hey, what's happening? Let me see. I've done that, ma. I have muted myself, ma. We can't hear you, ma.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma. I can hear you now, ma.
She's still saying she cannot hear me.
I can hear you now, ma. Faith can hear you now. Faith, stop me.
All right.
Yes,
I was
ma.
saying that you will bear with me. It's because this meeting had been fixed. That's why we're having it. I'm
Yes,
totally out of my comfort zone. I'm talking to you from Shagamu. I had to be here urgently for something against tomorrow, but I don't want to cancel the meeting. That's why we are still having it. So,
Thank you so much, ma.
sorry about the break in transmission. We will continue now from where we stopped.
Yes,
So I was telling you about when we clean.
yes.
And I hope you got it that I told you that we clean when we have to do preventive care and when we have to do corrective care and when we have to do salvage treatments.
Yes.
So let's quickly go to who does all of this? Who is a cleaner? Who knows who a cleaner is? If you know who a cleaner is, can you please let's see your hands up for you to answer us.
A cleaner is.
There's no background noise with me. If you have background noise, then it must be from you because I'm in an hotel room and there's nobody here with me. The television is off, so I don't have any background noise here.
No, ma, I can hear you.
Hannah, who is the cleaner?
The person that cleans.
Hannah, have your hand up. Who is the cleaner?
A cleaner is someone who has been trained to clean, to take away dirt.
This thing, I'll do it.
A cleaner is someone
who has been trained.
Who is doing what?
To clean.
It's affecting me.
Who has been trained to clean.
After you take your food.
Can you hear me, Ma?
A cleaner is who?
A cleaner is someone that cleans, ma.
Hello.
Hello, ma. Oh my God.
Someone that cleans, okay.
Yes.
Who wants to give us another definition of a cleaner? So a cleaner is that person that cleans. That one that is far away that cleans. That's the cleaner.
This is
Who is a cleaner?
I couldn't read those things because I was telling you stuff.
Chibuzo, tell us, who is a cleaner?
Okay, I just want to try. Well, a cleaner is someone who has been trained to clean everything.
Professional.
Okay. Anna, you have your hand up again. Someone trained to clean is a cleaner. Funke Oyegbile, do you clean? Do you have a cleaning company? All of you that you have answered, do you have a cleaning company?
Yes, ma.
I don't have yet, but
you have a cleaning company.
Ma.
Yes,
not yet, ma.
I don't have yet, but
Okay.
I'm hoping that.
How about Chibuzo?
Yes, ma.
I don't have yet. I'm hoping to have one soon.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's why you are defining a cleaner like that. So when anybody asks you who a cleaner is, the first thing that should come to your mind is that you are a cleaner. Like for instance, if you ask me who is a cleaner, I'm going to tell you I'm a cleaner. I have not asked you the job that a cleaner does. What I asked you is that who is a cleaner? So where I'm going with that question is the fact that psychologically, you have to be tuned to the fact that you are a cleaner.
Right.
Do you get my drift?
Yes.
Once you are tuned to the fact that you are the cleaner, then the job becomes very easy for you to do. All right? So, when you are asked, who is a cleaner? The straight and correct answer is, it is me. I am the cleaner. Okay? Because once you get it there, psychologically, that you are a cleaner, it becomes very easy for you to perform. And it's very easy for you to do your job properly. But you see, when they are saying, who is a cleaner? And you are pushing it to someone else, you are saying, a cleaner is that person that cleanses. A cleaner is that one that cleans everything. A cleaner, you are pushing it away from yourself. You are not admitting that you are a cleaner. So it becomes very difficult for you if you are doing it that way, to get it clear that you are a cleaner. And when you don't admit that you are a cleaner, it becomes difficult to do your job properly. Okay? So Anytime and anywhere. Anybody? Funke Oyegbile, what is no? Can you unmute yourself and let me know what is no? Funke Oyegbile, you said no. What is no? Okay, so let's continue. I just want you to get that psychologically. Just believe within you that you are the cleaner. All right? So once you okay, I get that. Once you believe it and you take it and you admit it that you are a cleaner, then it becomes very easy for you to do your job well. So for me, even if I'm meeting the presidents of this country today, or even if they invite me to the White House in the US and they ask me to introduce myself, I'm going to let them know that I'm a cleaner. So psychologically, I'm attuned to being a cleaner. And because I have admitted, I have already believed it, and I'm living it, that I'm a cleaner, I will be able to do my job properly. I'll be able to do my job without any hindrance. I'm going to be able to do the job in such a way that nobody's going to be pushing me before I know what to do, because I already know that I'm a cleaner. And I already know what cleaners do. I already know that cleaners clean everything. I already know that it is time to clean when you have to do preventive care, when you have to do corrective care, and when you have to do salvage treatment. Are we clear about that? Are we clear about that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do we have any questions so far before we move to number 2? All right. Who has questions? If you have any question, let's hear you. Okay, so it's clear. I believe everybody understands what I've just said. You know what cleaning is all about right now. You already know that you are a cleaner. Either you've started your business or not, it is your intention to start one. So you better start admitting the fact that you are a cleaner. And once you get that clear that you are a cleaner, then it becomes very easy for you, to clean properly. And when is it time to clean? When you need to do preventive care, when you see that you need to do corrective care, and when you see that you need to do salvage treatment on floors or on property that has been damaged, either by being unprofessionally touched or probably because they've left them for so long. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the second thing we need to fix this evening quickly. We want to look at importance of continuous cleaning. The importance of continuous cleaning. You see, professional cleaning business. In professional cleaning business, you need to be skilled in cleaning. And that is why we're here tonight. It's a skill that requires you to have a broad knowledge in a wide range of skills, including planning and organization. If you do not know how to plan, you cannot be a good cleaner. So, cleaning is not that business that people just look at and say, maybe it's just to go there and just clean. We are just going to use the native room and then we are just going to clear everything and we have done cleaning. No, sir, no, ma'am. It involves a whole lot of skill, and you have to develop all these skills. You have to be able to plan well. You have to be able to organize. You have to be able to know techniques of cleaning places, surface cleaning, and you must be well equipped with health and safety regimen. What do I mean by that? You have to be able to take your health and safety very, very seriously, because everything, all the things you use, all the substrates you use in cleaning are chemicals. They are chemicals. And because they are chemicals, they have the potential of being harmful. So untrained cleaners, without this knowledge, can harm themselves. And when you are untrained, just as if you refuse to take in what we are doing now, you are going to be wasting time, and you're going to be wasting your cleaning products, because you won't know the right time to do what you need to do. And then you just keep beating around the bush. You'll be wasting your time, and you will also be wasting your chemicals, because most likely you won't even know the amount of chemical you are supposed to use per time, and when you are not supposed to use whatever. So to be a good cleaner, you must be a good planner. You must be a good organizer. You must be very skilled at techniques, and you must take your health and safety very, very seriously, because you are dealing with chemicals, you are dealing with equipment. Some equipments can actually kill, because if they fall on you, or you trip on them because you don't know how to use them properly, it can be very dangerous. So I just need to take this ahead of, putting you through other things. You have to be skillful in all these ways. Okay? You have to upskill yourself. So why is training so essential? Aside from a safety point, training is very essential to promote better cleaning practices and standards. When you promote better cleaning culture, it reduces direct costs through reduced wastages. And training will also bring in new ideas into an organization, because as I am talking to you now, you are getting ideas. If you are running your own organization, you are going to be able to put these ideas into use. And so you are adding, like I was reading some of the feedbacks from the first cohort. Somebody actually said that the person used his or her certificate to quote that the company, he doesn't have a company of his own. So he's working with a company, and his company used the certificate given to him to bid for a job, a big job, and they gave them the job. So his own salary was increased. That's him. Through the training, he brought in ideas into his company. You see, the way they will be looking at him, they increase his salary. And the way they will be looking at him, I mean, he will be their champion in that company, because it was a huge business he got for them. And then somebody also said that she has used her own certificates to apply for grants. This was why I edited the flyer, that you never can tell where this can take you. Because when we were doing all we were doing in that first cohort, we didn't know that all those things, so many other things that happened. This person, there was another person that used her own to put in for MBA, Masters in Business Admin. From being a cleaner to having a Masters in Business Admin. That's huge. So that's what training does to you. It gives you better idea to do things. So you should not restrain from training your own people as well. Your operatives must be properly trained. It's for your own good. You don't lose anything by training. As a matter of fact, you gain a lot by training, because as you are training people, you are also having more ideas and you are gaining more knowledge. So don't hold back from training your staff and from also training yourself. Get training, read books. We have some e-books I'll be introducing to you, but those ones are not free. I can make them very, very cheap for you, but there are things you need to know, and there are things you need to buy, with your money, so that you can continually upskill yourselves and be well informed in the business that you have chosen to be in. You know, it introduces new opportunities that could be harnessed and new ways to improve current procedures and thinking. You know, these are all the reasons why you have to be trained and why you have to train your operatives. Now, I said first thing first. As a new cleaner, you know, this is about safety now. This is about safety precaution. Somebody was asking this question on the platform. I hope the person is in class. That when you are going to people's homes to clean, what should you do? First thing first, as a new cleaner, when you go to a client's home or office for the first time, as a precautionary measure, you should not go alone. It's just like when you are doing evangelism on the road, or you want to go to people's homes for evangelism. You don't go alone. You don't go alone. You should be at least with a more experienced employee or manager, so that this person can be your support. You know, this person that you are going with can be your support, and then in case of anything going wrong, you will be able to tackle whoever wants to tackle you. All right? I need to get some people into the meeting. I think when it's 10:30, we will stop taking people in because there's a lot of distraction for me. My staff who is supposed to be here to take people in to help as an admin is not here. I don't know why. So I'm doing the training and I'm admitting people. So all these people jumping in and out, we may not be able to take you. I need to put it, sorry, let me just put it in the class that
Please, Mike, can we get the audio of this class later?
yeah, because that's a whole lot of distraction for me right there. So they will have to do with the recording. We are recording. I hope we are still recording. The recording is still on. Yeah, we are recording, so they can read it. They can go on the YouTube to have a look at that. Right. So I was saying that as a safety precaution, okay, when you are going out newly to anywhere, make sure that you go in twos or threes. Don't go alone. Don't go alone. Don't make that mistake of going alone when you are going for the first time to a client's place. Okay? You go with an employee, an older employee, a more experienced employee rather. He doesn't have to be older than you are, or your manager, so that if anything is going wrong, either in the course of the job or whether it's how to even do the job at all, you will have somebody to liaise with. You will have somebody who can put you through. So make sure that you don't go alone. Try as much as possible to go with somebody that is more experienced than you are, and also that can put you through, and that can be there for you in case you run into any trouble. Of course, there is a lot to remember. There is a whole lot to remember. You must be given all the tools you will need there, and you should never forget anything. That's very, very important when you are going to clean in anybody's office or home. You must not forget what you are supposed to take with you, because it doesn't show professionalism when you get there and you are telling them that, oh, we forgot our mop stick. Oh, I think we've actually forgotten to carry our soap. Oh, that won't be a great thing to do. So you make sure that whatever it takes, you remember to carry with you what you should carry. Never forget anything. And this is where checklist comes in. Okay? This is where checklist comes in. It's your checklist that can help you to provide guidance for your new staff, or if you are the one going there newly, your checklist will provide you with a leeway into what you're supposed to be doing. So if you are signing any new staff, or if you are going somewhere and you are a new person, you must not forget your checklist. The more experienced cleaner in the company, or whoever is sending you, maybe your manager, will need to give you a checklist of what you are supposed to do when you get there, depending on what you are cleaning. So please put that at the back of your mind. You should never forget anything. And so that you don't forget either your tools or what you're going to do there is always something we call checklist. That's the first thing first when you are going to clean anywhere. So checklists can help provide guidance for new employees. Okay? It's very important to create a checklist to provide consistent service for customer satisfaction. You need to know what you are going somewhere to do. If you do not know as a new person, ask your manager. Don't just go there and then start fumbling. That's not professional. And remember, what we are talking about is professionalism in the cleaning world. When I see unprofessional cleaners, I get so pissed off. And I won't want any one of us to be unprofessional. This is why we are going through this. And this is why we are going to stay on this for quite a while. And we'll make sure that we get it right by the grace of God. Don't be unprofessional. It won't add up at all. It's not good. Because once you go to somebody's home, you don't even know who that person is. You don't even know whether that person has ideas about cleaning. And then you now, instead of starting from the top, you are starting from below. The person will be looking at you that, is this what I'm paying for? If you get away with that first time, you won't get away with it the next time. Your company is going to be sacked.
Yes, ma'am.
So your checklist is very, very important. Either for those who are already in cleaning or for those who want to go into cleaning. Please make sure that the very first thing you are doing is to have a checklist. It will help to give you guidance on important things to do when you get to where you are going. For instance, let's look at this as an example so that we can drive the point home properly. Like, for instance, if you want to clean a kitchen, if you want to clean, this is not so comprehensive, but like if you want to clean a kitchen, you need a checklist that goes like this. Wipe down countertops. We all know what the countertops are. The cleaning, the kitchen tables and all of that. You're saying wipe it down. Somebody is asking what checklist is all about. This is what we are saying. I hope you can hear me. We are talking about it now. Checklist is a list of what you need to do when you go cleaning. That's what checklist is all about. The tools you need. You want to go to do post-construction cleaning. The tools you will need and the things you are supposed to do when you get there, is very different from when you want to go and clean a home where somebody is already living in. So what you are going to do, your checklist is going to be different, definitely. If you want to clean the external facade of a place, and if you are cleaning the inside. So your checklist is about the tools you will need to do what you need to do, and also exactly what you are going there to do. So for instance, if you want to clean a kitchen, the checklist goes something like this. You already have your cleaning tools. You already know that you will have your rags. When we call rags in cleaning, by the way, it doesn't mean that it's all those dirty, torn clothes. No. Even if you just bought your napkins today, in cleaning, we'll call it a rag. A rag is something you use to clean. It's not about it being torn or whatever. So when you hear us saying rag, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing or a dirty stuff. No. So you already know that when you want to clean a kitchen, you need a mop, you need your detergent, you need your mop bucket, you need your brush, you need your rag, like I said, you need your sponge, you know. Then the checklist now, what do you do when you get there? Wipe down countertops. Your manager has already given you your checklist. So immediately you do that, you tick it off. That's why that tick in the box, you tick it off. And if you are the one sending somebody to clean, this is what you should do as well. You should give that person a checklist. You must let the person know what the person will need when he or she gets there. You must let this person know what this person will do when he or she gets there as well. So, wipe down countertops, done. You tick it off. Clean the fridge and freezer, you tick it off. Scrub the sink, you tick it off. Clean, polish appliances, exterior, you tick it off. Dust tables and chairs, that hasn't been done. So when you do it, you tick it off. Then you mop the floors. And by the way, mopping, that is that thing you use with that stick, with a cotton cloth attached to it, is called mop, not mob, not MOB. It is part of being professional when you know what you are doing and you are calling it well. You see, if you come to my home to clean, you may not know that I have a cleaning business or I have any affiliation with cleaning. And then I'm saying, what have you done so far? And then you say, I mob. I'm just going to be turned off. And a lot of people would be, and that could cost you your job because it just shows that you don't even know what you are doing. If you know what you are doing, you won't call mob. You won't call mob instead of mop. Okay? So don't call it mob, it is a mop. So you need to mop the floors. This next picture of tools and equipment used in cleaning, yeah, you can see what they are doing. They are mopping the floor. They are not mopping the floor. They are using the mop, M-O-P, to mop the floor. Please, let's get it right because I hear a lot of even some ogas in the cleaning space, in the cleaning industry, because that's what they have been used to. They still call mop instead of mop. So please, let's get it clear. It is mop. It's not mob. M-O-P, not M-O-B. So we want to quickly look at some. Do you have any question on what we've just done on our checklist and what you do, safety and all of that? Why do we train and stuff? That's your number two. Is number two. If you have any question, let us hear you out. Just unmute yourself and talk to us. Any questions so far on what we've done?
No, I don't have any question.
Do we have any question? Are we tired so that we can call it off now if you are tired?
No, we're not tired, man.
We are
So
not
is there
tired,
any question?
We're not tired, man. Just that I don't have any question, man.
We understood.
Okay, no question for now, all right?
Yes.
So let's quickly move to tools and equipment used in the cleaning industry. When you talk about tools, they are just like your everyday thing. When we are talking about tools, we are talking about the mop, we are talking about the mop cans, we are talking about the scrub, your scrubbing brush, we are talking about the rags, we are talking about sponge and all of that. Okay? These are the tools. Now, when you are talking about equipment, you are talking about the machines, you know? Some of them are heavy duty, some of them are light duties. Some you have heavy duty, light duties doing the same job. There are some duties that no light duty machine does in cleaning. And there are many, many, many of these equipments. There are many, many, many of these tools, but we just want to quickly see the ones that are very common and that are your everyday tools. So we've looked at mop. We've looked at mop. Okay? Those people right there are mopping. Right. Then you can see scorers. Scorers, sponge and scorers. One side of it, they are all things, that's why I said our everyday thing. For instance, we use this in our kitchen normally, but we also use it in the cleaning industry. For instance, from heavy duty kitchen scoring needs to cleaning delicate bathroom surfaces, you can use this sponge and scorers. When you want to clean delicate bathroom surfaces, or you want to make short work of all your cleanup, then from wiping off your counters or scoring out greasy pots and pans, these ones are long lasting. They are long lasting and they are kitchen helpers, they are bathroom helpers. They are designed to keep on going long after conventional sponge and pads have called it quits. Okay, so these ones, like if you buy the original of the sponge and scorers, they are very useful, they are very durable. You use them for delicate parts of your kitchen when you are doing kitchen detailing and also the bathrooms. Now, these are microfiber cloths. No matter how fanciful they look, they are still rags. We call them rags. Okay? So these are traditional yellow dusters, and they are used for general cleaning. You use them for all general cleaning duties, such as dusting, polishing. Sorry, let me admit these people. So, if you get, and whenever you are getting your tools, make sure that you are getting the original thing, because you will just be wasting money and time if you do not buy the original tools that you are supposed to use. Like, for instance, I said, if you buy the original sponge and scorer, you are going to get the best use of them. They are going to be very durable, and you can use them almost forever. Okay, nothing lasts forever though, but that's just an exaggeration, but they will last for quite a while. They will last longer than if you are buying the cheap ones, because they are cheap and they are not original. So make sure that you are getting the right tools and also the right equipment for your use. Okay. These are glass polishing clothes. This is the blue one. That's what you use to polish glasses and then mirrors and all metal surfaces. You can see that these things, you don't use just anything for your cleaning. You don't go about using the same thing you use for the kitchen tabs. You don't go using them also for like general use. You have to designate what you use for glass away from what you use from bathroom surfaces. We will get to that because that's also part of your safety precautions anyway. You don't use the same tools that you use in the kitchen and the toilets, for instance, if you don't want to have cross-contamination, you know. When you use the same mop for, I digress actually, because that's not part of the topic for tonight, but we'll get to that. But since it's coming to me, it's better I mention it. You don't use the same wiping cloth that you use in the bathroom for the kitchen, because definitely what is in the kitchen is different from what is in the bathroom. You will agree with me. So make sure that you designate your tools to where they ought to be used and where they should really be. You don't go using the same thing across board. All right. Now, we want to quickly look at certain things that you cannot really do without. For instance, your cleaning brush. Some people use the native brooms, though. It depends on the facility you are cleaning. There are certain things you do that people look at you as if you are amateurs. There are certain things you do that people will look at you that you are very unprofessional. Because there's nothing wrong in using the local brooms, though. Absolutely nothing wrong. But depending on the facility, you need to do things in accordance with what you are doing. For instance, if I'm cleaning the airport or I'm cleaning a 5-star hotel, and then I need to sweep, I carry the native broom and I'm sweeping. That doesn't look good, because the airport doesn't look like a local place to anybody. It doesn't look like a native place to anybody. So what you need to do in such instances is to get your cleaning brush. It's a sweeper, and your native broom also is a sweeper. For instance, if you want to do night duty in all those places, like in the hotels, like in the airports of this world, and you are using, in fact, you can't even use local broom in the hotel, because, I mean, in the airport and even hotel, because in hotels, some hotels operate 24/7. Same thing with the airport. The airport is operational 24/7. You have flights round the clock. So you really need to know what to do. So whatever you are using depends on where you are cleaning. Please, let's get that at the back of our minds. For instance, if you are doing a car park, okay, right now, if you are doing a car park of an airport, for instance, and you need to clean in the night, you want to do night duties, and you are using the native brooms, that could still be manageable, because you're not going to have so much to do, and not many people will probably be using that place. It depends on the foot counts, of where you are really. So if you know that this place that you are cleaning is very sensitive, people are going to be worried about what you use and what you do not use, you better just buy very modern tools and equipment. Get them. The tools are not so expensive. For those who are trying to start cleaning businesses, the tools are not expensive at all. These are everyday things that we use at home. The equipment might be a bit pricey for somebody that wants to be in business, that wants to start businesses. And this is why a lot of people put this equipment out for rent. So you don't really need to buy. That's another secret into cleaning. That's why we keep saying it's a very low-hanging business that you can do by yourself on your own. You can start off just as you are. Because ordinarily, there is no place that you do not clean. It's just to now clean it professionally that we are trying to get skilled up for. So, like if you want to use to brush, to sweep, please get sweeping brushes. Try as much as possible not to use the native brooms, except if you are doing the external, like if you want to sweep the car park or whatever. Even I would still prefer to use the hard cord brush. That's what I use for external cleaning. You have the brushes that are OHAs, and you can use that to clean your external facilities where you are cleaning the exterior. But by all means, make sure that you are using the kind of tools that can be related to the facilities you are trying to detail, to clean. Now, you have the mop and the bucket. You can see me laying emphasis on mop, especially the P at the back of the mop. Please, let's be careful the way we call these mop things, because it's a put-off. It's actually a put-off when you call mop mob. To a lot of people, not only me, it's not peculiar to me, to a lot of people, and I'm telling you, this can make you to lose a juicy deal. So make sure that you don't call your mop mob. So the mop and the bucket. The mop is saturated with the solution. When you saturate the mop, like if you want to use a mop, when you put it inside the water, that's what we call saturation. You know, you are recharging it. You are recharging it. It's not your phone though, but you are recharging it. That's the cleaning balance. When you put your mop in water, in solution, when you immerse it into the wringer, the mop bucket has something beside it or on top of it that you call a wringer. A wringer is what you use to squeeze your mop to make sure that the water comes out of it. And that's still part of being professional. You don't use your bare hands to squeeze your mop. You're supposed to use the wringer. Because if you are looking at it that nobody is looking at you when you are doing that with your mop and you are using your bare hands to wring out your mop, okay? You get used to it and you go and do it where many people are. But because that's what you do normally, you would have forgotten that people will be there, and then you are given an airport to clean or even a banking hall to clean. And as a cleaner, instead of using your wringer bucket, you are busy using your bare hands to squeeze your mop. That's a put off. Please don't do that. Okay? Please don't do that. That's the whole essence of having your mop and your mop can. You can have double wringer buckets. They are available. This particular one that you are seeing here is a single wringer bucket. And you can use either. Okay? You use this to wrinkle, to wring out your mop after you have recharged the mop and you have used it to clean the floorings of whatever you want to clean, and then you put it back inside the water, and then you use the wriggling part of it to wring out the water. So that's the use of the mop and the mop bucket. Now we have the dustpan and the brush. Of course, you use the dustpan to brush. You use your brush to brush, and then the dustpan to pack. Some people also call the dustpan packer. That's okay, but it's a dustpan, and the brush is just like if you want to do isolated cleaning, you want to quickly brush some dirt off the footmat or something, or your carpet, you can use your dustpan and the brush. The dustpan and brush sets are suitable for sweeping up heavy rubble, dust, debris, dirt, and garden waste. They are very versatile and can be used in various environments, including factories, kitchens, offices, as well as in the domestic areas. They are very, very versatile. I mean, all these things are not strange to us though, but in case you don't know that you can use it for professional cleaning, we are only just referring to them. And of course, your protective gloves. These are things you shouldn't do without when you are doing professional cleaning, because you need to protect yourself and you need to protect members of your family. Whatever you pick from your cleaning site, you are bringing them back to your home, so be very careful. As a matter of fact, you're also protecting your clients. The people whose facility you are cleaning, you are also protecting them, because if you don't use your gloves where you should use them, and then you go using the same hands that you use to wash the toilet in their kitchen, you are going to contaminate a lot of things. There's going to be transfer of germs and all of that, and people will fall sick. And you know, ordinarily, part of the reasons why we clean is so that people do not fall sick. So when you now contaminate them by not using your gloves properly, you can also use gloves and you use them improperly. So you have to know the right way to use your gloves. When you use gloves in a place, you remove the gloves and dump it in the bin. You don't try to reuse the same gloves by carrying them off to somewhere else to use. Because the moment you say you have removed and you still use your bare hands to carry the already contaminated gloves, you have already contaminated your hands. So you need to be very, very careful about this, especially if you have not sanitized those gloves. Don't pick them up with your bare hands. Immediately you remove your gloves, make sure that you sanitize your hands, either by proper washing or by using of sanitizer. Then you can move to somewhere else. Now, the next picture you are seeing on your screen is called a cleaning caddy. This is used to carry essentials, the cleaning essentials. Is a caddy. You can see this one is a small caddy. Sometimes you have them as a cart, C-A-R-T, that you can push or that can be moved. This is a very small one that is very handy. This is a small caddy, and they are used to carry essentials. This helps you a lot, you know, when you are setting up to clean, because you won't forget anything. It's also very unprofessional. Please, let's take all these things seriously. It's very unprofessional when you are going to clean a place and several times over, you keep jumping in and out of the place to go and get your things from outside. You come in again, you go out again. You know, if the owner of the premise is there, the person will just be looking at you as a very unprofessional person. And if the person is not there, you'll be wasting a lot of time. The best thing for you to do is to go with your cleaning caddy. Put everything you will need in the caddy, your soap, your sponge, your rags, everything you will ever think, your sanitizer, everything, your gloves, everything you need, you could ever need inside where you are going. For instance, even if I'm in my room and the housekeeper is trying to clean, I just want him to be there once, clean everything and get out. With that, everybody is at peace. But when you are somewhere, maybe you are working or you are, even if you are not doing anything, if you are just staring at the ceiling, you don't want people to be going back and forth where you are. Or you are in the kitchen and somebody is trying to clean your kitchen and the person can't just stay there, finish cleaning once and for all and carry his or her things and get out of the place. It's so disturbing. You know, a lot of cleaners do this. That's why I said initially that first thing first, as a cleaner, you must be very, 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 very organized. You must know how to plan. You must know how to plan and you must be organized. So if you're not organized as a cleaner, it's a lot of trouble. It's a whole lot of trouble, you know, because the person who has employed you to do the cleaning will probably be thinking that what kind of human being is this really? Oh, next time I'm not just going to engage this company again, you know, because the person is dissatisfied with the way you are doing your things. You are not organized. And remember, I also said that you have to be a good planner. You must be able to plan and plan very well. Okay, so we want to clean a duplex. How many rooms do we have in this duplex? We have 6 rooms upstairs and 2 rooms downstairs. So what do? That is planning. Remember, even the Bible says that anybody who wants to do anything, somebody who wants to build a house and will not sit down to put cost on it, that is planning. To make sure that I have all the cement, I have all the blocks that I want to use, that is planning. If you fail to do that, then you have only just made sure that you want to fail. If you fail to plan, then you have planned to fail. So this is why I said, for you to be a cleaner, you really must be very, very good at planning, and you must be a good organizer. Okay? So your caddy is a way of organizing yourself, because it was on the caddy that we got to the issue of being organized. Okay? So your caddy makes it easy for you to be able to bring everything you need in at a time. You stay in there and you do what you need to do. Okay? So that is that with some tools. These are not all the tools that you need for cleaning, but some essential tools. Some tools that you cannot but have if you want to do cleaning. All right. Now, do we have any question on that? Do we have any questions so far on the tools and how to use them, how to organize them, the way to clean? Elijah Rashidat, please unmute yourself and let us know about it. Elijah Rashidat, you said you have a question. Can you please unmute yourself? Or would you want to type in the chat box so that we can pick it from there? If you can hear me, there is something like a microphone to the left of your device. And because you are muted, there is a cross on it. Just click on it, you will unmute yourself. That's how to unmute yourself. Elijah, are you unmuted now? I think she left. Elijah, are you still with us? I think she left. Maybe she mistakenly checked herself out. Okay, type in the chat box. Since you can type in the chat box and you cannot unmute yourself. Now let's hear your question. Okay. All right, I can see that. You want to ask what are the requirements in candy box? Okay. I think what you want to ask is what should we have in the caddy? It's not candy. Candy is sweet. This one is caddy. C-A-D-D. I'm trying to enlarge it to your screen so that you see it properly. Caddy. Caddy is C-D-D-Y. Can you see it? Caddy, not candy. Candy is sweet. Caddy is what you use to organize your things in the cleaning industry. So we said a cleaning caddy is where you organize your cleaning supplies. So you can see what you have inside here, right there. You have your duster, you have your brush, you have your window cleaner, you have your liquid soap, whatever you want to use. There isn't any hard and fast rule about what must be in your caddy box. Some people's caddy, like I said, of course, a lot of caddies are bigger than this. You push them as a cart. The whole essence is for you to be organized. Put all the things that you will need in the caddy so that once you enter the bathroom and you are cleaning the bathroom, you don't need to go back and forth, matching here and there and messing up the whole house. You are supposed to come to clean. You are not supposed to come to mess up the house. Okay? So that is what you have in the caddy, not candy, caddy box. All right. So we quickly move to some chemicals used in the cleaning industry. Some of the chemicals we use in the cleaning industry. Like I told you earlier on, all your supplies that are not tools are chemicals. So you have to be very careful with them because they are chemicals. They can burn. They can even make people blind. Because, for instance, if acid gets into your eyes, then is a problem. And the soap we are using is actually a mix of acid and base. I didn't introduce myself to you properly. I had my first degree in chemistry, and that actually has helped me a lot on my journey in cleaning. Because right now I know what to put together, what can be harmful. At least I had that background knowledge of what I can do and what I cannot do. But you don't have to be a chemist before you know what to do. Just be careful. Just get it straight that all that you are using can be very dangerous. So you don't go pouring chemicals anyhow. During the course of our training, I'm going to let you know how to mix chemicals, because you also have your strategy for mixing chemicals. You don't just pour it anyhow. We'll get there. We probably will need to do that as a practical session, either on Zoom or physically, because we really need to be very, very careful when it comes to chemicals. And for you to be able to do your cleaning well, you also need to use these chemicals. Okay? So, for instance, we want to look at when you have this to clean, when you want to remove oil, grease, carbon, rust, scale, and paint. You can see what that thing was before and the after. There are certain things you can use. For instance, to get this to what it is after cleaning. What was used was an alkaline powder. You know, this is an advanced, highly alkaline industrial detergent and cleaning agent, and it is available in a concentrated powder form. So because it is concentrated, you have to have a way of diluting it before you use it. It is scientifically formulated for the effective cleaning, okay, of all the things that we have talked about, the grease, the grease, the rust, you know, these are the kind of things you use to clean such surfaces that has oil, grease, carbon, rust, scale, you know, all those kind of things that are hard on surfaces. It is scientifically formulated for effective cleaning and removal of all of this. That is alkaline powder. That's what we use. Alkaline powder is a general name for these chemicals. There could be a brand, the one we put here, for want of trying to advertise any brand, we're not going to be calling names of all these things, but I mean, it's an alkaline powder. And you can see some of these things as well. These are general purpose cleaning detergents with oil dispersants. Oil dispersant just means something that can scatter oil. You know, all your soap are actually oil dispersants. That's why they clean. That's when you finish eating and you wash with soap and the oil is taken off, because they are dispersed and they can be taken off the surface of whatever you want to clean. These are all cleaning agents. They are all cleaning agents used in the cleaning industry. Okay, you have your soap, you have your detergents. These are some of the things we want the other man, Mr. Prince Adegbola, to come and teach us. Apart from the fact that we'll be able to make our soap for cleaning by ourselves, we'll also see the chemicals that are mixed together to get this soap that we are using, we are calling soap, because sometimes the way we use all these chemicals have adverse effects on us that are not immediate. That's what they call your hazard. That's what they call your job hazard. They have adverse effects, and so while on the training, they should be able to let us know which chemicals is mixing together to make soap. But ordinarily, from a chemistry background, what you use when you are doing soap is acid and base. You know, that's what you use in making soap. And if you are using acid, then you better be very careful. Okay? That's also hydrocarbon-based solvent cleaner. All of these things, they are just cleaners. They are nothing. If you don't need them, you don't need to use them. Basically, when you are starting your cleaning business, all you need is water, soap, either liquid soap or detergents or whatever, and then the oil dispersants, depending on the premises you are cleaning. Right. Now, for instance, if you want to clean the shower head, we all know what our shower head looks like. Okay? I just want us to know that there is nothing that you cannot clean. That's why we say, what do you clean? Everything. So if somebody calls you to his or her house or a facility to clean, and you enter the bathroom, you must clean everything there. That's why I actually made this, the shower head thing as an example, because I know some of us will go into people's bathrooms, we'll clean the bathtub, we'll clean the floor, we'll clean the sink, and we don't think of the shower head. And it's very essential that we do this, because those places are the places that actually collect a lot of rust, because that's where water is coming from. And depending on the kind of water that is coming from these places, they can easily get them to have rust and stuff like that. So for us to be able to clean this, we try to remove the old the deposit, you know, and you can see that the rust before, and then when after it was cleaned properly with vinegar soaked overnight. Just vinegar solution will do magic to your shower head. So don't go to people's places, don't go to facilities and behave unprofessionally. That's just what I'm trying to bring out here. When you are cleaning, try and clean everything. When you enter the bathroom, like I'm here, like I said, in an hotel, the shower head was the first thing I looked at immediately I entered, because I don't also want to put up the shower and what is coming out of it is rust or is dirt or something, you know? So these are the kind of things you should take into perception when you are trying to do your cleaning. You first look at it that if I'm the one that wants to use this thing, how would I want it to look like? And you can see what happens with just ordinary vinegar. See what happened to our shower head. So you just soak it overnight, and then you use brush. You can use toothbrush to just agitate it, and then you pour water, you rinse out thoroughly, and all is good. So that's just that. That's one form of cleaning. And I've mentioned vinegar. You should also realize that that's also a chemical. That's part of the chemicals you can use in cleaning. Most of the time, actually, very, very versatile chemical to use. And when we refer to them as chemical, it's just because they are a mixture of things and they are chemicals. It's not as if, oh, we are saying that they are acidic or they are basic or your ordinary soap. If by the time it enters into cleaning industry, becomes a chemical. That's what a cleaning professional will call soap. So if it is Omo at home, by the time you are taking it into the cleaning industry, it is becoming a chemical. Number one, you don't want to call Omo when you are working, when you are on the job. And I'll tell you why also. You don't ever want your clients to know the secrets of your business, because if they know everything, then there won't be any reason to call you. For instance, if you are working in a home and you brought your chemical to that place, it could be just Omo that you are using, but it is chemical. Just call it chemical and use it to do what you need to do and get out of the place. The point is, was the place dirty? Yes. By the time you were leaving, is it now clean? Yes. So you do not divulge your secrets. And so it's okay for us to just call all what we are using chemicals. So it's your staff and your partners in the business that will know the kind of chemical you are using for the kitchen, the kind of chemical you are using for the bathroom, the kind of chemical you have used for the shower head, for instance. You don't really need to go out telling everybody that this is the kind of thing you are using. This brings us to the end of today's session. Time has been well spent. It has been long. It has been like a long day for me because I traveled. I was just getting down here when it was time for the meeting. And here we are. So that's it for tonight. I believe that we have been able to touch what we need to touch tonight, and I hope you got value. I will be ready to take your answer. And don't ever forget our assurance, the cleaner's assurance, that if it can ever get dirty, if anything can ever get dirty, chances are that someone will be willing to pay for you to clean it. So this is our assurance that we will always get jobs, no matter what. It's only the lazy ones, lazy people, that will go hungry. In cleaning, you will always get jobs. And when we get to marketing, we'll still do marketing. God helping us, I will let you know how you are needed, where you are needed, and why you need to take this your cleaning business seriously and go and start like immediately. Because, well, it's getting easier by the grace of God, but we also need to face the reality of the time. Don't be lazy with whatever you have to do. Get going. Make sure that you do what you want to do and you do it well. Cleaning is the easiest of the professions that you can do now, and it is the most important. We'll also get to why it is the most important and how it is the most important. And that's Cofsol Group for you. We love referrals. If you have any job for us in all the places we've talked about, for Cofsol Concept that does branding, for the training, for just as we are doing now, that's under Ins and Dave, for daily fashions, where we make uniforms, badges, and we also do branding in Cofsol. I've mentioned that. Don't hesitate to refer us. We love referral a whole lot, and we don't joke about it. We are not pretending not to. We love referrals. That is what yours truly, the group head and the head of the training faculty for Cofsol Group. My name is Olaush Jibikon Oyeshola Kufurola. Feel free to ask your questions now. If you still have any questions, you will need to ask. Thank you. I hope you got value. You can unmute yourself and ask your question if there's any question left that we have not. Amen. God bless you too, Faith.
Mommy,
do we have anything? Beg your pardon?
You are wonderful, ma. We are so grateful. God bless you, ma.
Bless God. Thank you. Any question? Should we assume that we don't have any question, and so we should call it a day? Okay, let me check the chat box. If we have anything in the chat box, if there's nothing there, then the job is done. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Chibuso said, I don't know how you know how others do, but you say you enjoy the class. God bless you, ma. Thank you. It was straight to the point. Thank you. Please, ma, can we have the materials? Yes, that's why I told you to subscribe to that YouTube